Hi my clients, welcome back to my YouTube channel Maths for my clients by MKB. So dear children, greetings of the day. Today, before starting my class, again I want to remind you that regarding the attendance on YouTube channel, you are marking the attendance, but now I am giving the time before 5 o'clock only. So I will accept all the attendance if you are writing your name class section till 5 o'clock only. After that, if you will write anything, your name, then I will not accept it. This is regarding your attendance. Second thing, regarding your assignments, many of you are sending it late and giving me the reasons, light was not there, this and that. I have given enough time. I gave two days. This test was of 50 minutes and everything I revised. So please do it on time, and in the question paper I have written all the instructions carefully, that on which date I am issuing, on which date you have to submit, what will be the time of submission, and what are the instructions you have to follow. This was written in the note below the question paper, and still you are not following, and many of you did it very well. So I appreciate all the students who followed all the instructions carefully. You have given, even children have given me the question paper along with the answer sheet. I am appreciating them. They are very good. I am clapping for them. So I appreciate, and all should follow the instructions. Please, this will cooperate me, because I am getting 150 assignments and each contain 12 questions, so you can understand how much time it will take for me to check. And I am going through all the questions, and I am writing the remarks also. I am telling you your mistakes also, and I am giving the marks also. So in that there may be a mistake also. So please cooperate me as much as you will cooperate, and I will do the well, and you can also do well, and you can do more work. I can also do the more work for you. So please cooperate me and don't play the game with me. Suppose today's attendance, so you should mark it today only. Many of you are marking next day and then saying, sir, I marked, I have sent you the attendance. So this is very bad, because on this YouTube it comes to me that after how many minutes they have written the name. So time automatically computer is writing, so I can understand whether it is late or you have sent it before time. So please send the things before time, so that otherwise you may feel bad, because I will not accept it. Right? So thank you. So please follow me. I hope you will follow me, and I am doing maximum work for you. So please children, cooperate me. And today I will start the remaining part of the this polynomial chapter. So this I am continuing this chapter, and in this chapter I will follow some points, and after explaining this, you all are requested to do the study of this remaining part, this portion very well, because next test will be based on this. So please revise it carefully, and from this portion you will get 2-3 questions in your final exam also, in your midterm also. So please do it very well, note the points very well, do the examples very well, understand each and every point. And still if you are not able to understand, please send me your advices, and I will follow, and I will do the best from my side for you. So dear children, in this chapter, in the remaining portion, the previous part I taught you about this term polynomial, and now what is the value of the polynomial. This I taught in the previous video. Now today I will teach you about the following points. First is zero of the polynomial, second one is zeros of the polynomial graphically, and the next is relations between zeros of the polynomial and its coefficients, and then zeros of the polynomial by long division method, and next is making a polynomial when zeros of the polynomials are given, and when sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros of the polynomial are given. And last, I will give you the review of all the topics whatever I taught to you. So this is today's program for you. So please follow this, and understand this and note these points in your notebook if you have not written from the previous video, because I'm revising this chapter again. After this I will not revise. After this I'll go to the next chapter, and you all are requested to do all the questions from the exercises in your notebooks, and whichever the question you are not able to do, please send it me the image of that question on WhatsApp, and I'll give you the answer either through video or through WhatsApp according to my availability of the things, right? So please follow this. Okay, so now be ready and understand all the topics. So first is zero of a polynomial. So zero of a polynomial, the value of the variable for which the value of the polynomial becomes zero is called zero of the polynomial. What is the meaning of this? Here variable is x. So for any value of x, if the value of the polynomial becomes zero, then that value is called the zero of the polynomial. So you see the polynomial px. Px means polynomial in terms of x. It is written x square minus 3x minus 4. In this, if we are putting x is equal to minus 1, then we will get the value of this polynomial at x is equal to minus 1, that is p in the bracket minus 1. Now this is equal to minus 1 to the power 2 minus 3 into minus 1 minus 4 is equal to 0. So if we will simplify this, so we are getting here 0. So it means by putting x is equal to minus 1, the value of the polynomial is becoming 0. So x is equal to minus 1 is called the zero of the polynomial. So I hope you understood. When you will put x is equal to minus 1, the value of the polynomial is becoming 0. So x is equal to minus 1 is called the zero of this polynomial. Right? So I hope you understood it very well. Now, how will you find out the zero of the polynomial? See this. How will you find out the zero of the polynomial? What is the method? Note this point. It is very, very important. Everywhere you will use it. This maximum time you will use it. So to find the zero of the polynomial, we will put the polynomial is equal to 0. So whatever the polynomial is given to you, you put this is equal to 0 and then find the value of the variable, and this value of the variable is called zero of the polynomial. So very simple, but this is very, very important rule. So question is find the zero of the polynomial. Px is equal to Lx plus m is, what is this? So for this I told you just now, to find the zero of the polynomial, put the polynomial is equal to 0. So see the solution. We are putting the polynomial Lx plus m is equal to 0. So Lx is equal to minus m and x is equal to minus m by L. So by this value, this is as I told you, to find the zero of the polynomial. So this is the zero of the polynomial. It means if you will put this value of x in place of x here, the whole value of this polynomial will become 0. So this is the method of finding the zero of the polynomial. This is the method. Now, how will you understand the zero of the polynomial graphically? How will you find out the zero of the polynomial graphically? So for this, first of all, you should know how will you plot the graph. So for this, I am taking one question. There is one polynomial, and for this question is draw the graph of a polynomial y is equal to x cube minus 3x square minus x plus 3. So to draw the graph of this, first of all we will find out the solutions. It is cubic polynomial because the degree of this polynomial is 3. So it is cubic polynomial, right? So for this we will find out the solutions, right? So for this graph, what we will do, in place of x in the right side, because this is the polynomial y, polynomial is denoted by y and its value is in terms of x. So in place of x, if you will write x is equal to minus 1 and you will put in this expression, the value of y will become 0. If you will put x is equal to 0 and you will simplify this, then you will get y is equal to 3. If you will put x is equal to 1, you will get y is equal to 0. If you will put x is equal to 2, you will get y is equal to minus 3. If you will put x is equal to 3, you will get y is equal to 0. Right? So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 solutions we got. Normally minimum 3 points are required to plot the graph. This is basic rule. I have taken 5 points just to understand it more clearly. And this is very, very important point. There will be 1 mark question based on this, and you should not lose it. It is because it is very easy to get 1 mark in this topic. So see the graph. These are the points and we are plotting the graph. First point is -1 and 0. So -1 x and y is equal to 0. So this is -1 and 0. Next point is 0 and 3. So 0 and 3. This is 0 and 3. Next point is 1 and 0. So 1, x is equal to 1, y is equal to 0. Then x is equal to 2 is here and y is equal to -3. This is the point. Next is x is equal to 3 and y is equal to 0. This is the point. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points because I have taken 5 solutions. So after this we will join this smoothly, right? After joining this we will observe what we are observing, the 3 points at which the graph is intersecting x-axis. So this point -1 and 0, this point 1 and 0 and 3 and 0. These are the 3 points. At this point the whole graph is cutting the x-axis. This is the x-axis. So the graph is cutting this axis at 3 points. So we are observing these 3 points, and in these 3 points what we are observing, the value of y is 0, value of y is 0, value of y is 0. What is y? Y is a polynomial. So value of polynomial is becoming 0 here at these values. What is that value? Value of x is equal to -1, the value of y is becoming 0. So this value of x is making the polynomial 0. Here this value of x is equal to 1 is making the polynomial 0. This value of x is equal to 3 in this expression, if you will put, it will make the value of y 0, right? So by putting these values we are getting the value of the polynomial 0. So that is why these are the 3 zeros of the polynomial in this case. So wherever the graph will cut x-axis, that number of points is called zeros of the polynomial. So in this case 3 zeros of the polynomial are possible, and why it is possible, this I explained to you. Now in this case, children, what can happen, this I have shown you why it is why we are selecting these points, because at these points this value of the value y will be 0. So these are the 3 points. Now there are 2 possibilities in case of graph. What are these possibilities? One I have explained you just now before this. If a polynomial is in terms of polynomial is y and it is in terms of x. So y is a function of x. So y is a polynomial and right side is in terms of x. So that time we will see number of points at which the graph is cutting x-axis. So children, very important point. If x is in the right side, y is in the left side, we will see the points at which the graph is cutting x-axis. But if the graph is like this, x is equal to fy, x is a polynomial and its value is in terms of y, that time we will see the points where the graph is cutting y-axis, right? This is the important point. So this type of question is not given in any book, in your textbook, or in any this exemplar, or in any example in your this R.D. Sharma, etc. So please, I desire from you find out a question based on this. So your duty that in which we have to see the points at which the graph will cut y-axis, right? And that will be the 0 of the polynomial. So that time value of polynomial should be denoted by x and its value should be in terms of y, right? I hope you understood it very well. But normally we are seeing where the graph is cutting x-axis, that will be number of zeros. So now based on this, here you observe this graph, and in this graph we have to find out the number of zeros. So here graph is cutting x-axis at 2 points. So number of zeros will be 2 zeros. Why? Because polynomial is y and its value is in terms of x. So because the polynomial is in terms of y, polynomial is y and its value is in terms of x, we will see where the graph is cutting x-axis. So graph is cutting x-axis at 2 points. Therefore, it has 2 zeros, right? So this is, I taught you graphically. Now the next topic is relation between the zeros and coefficients of the polynomial. So 200% guarantee you will get one question based on this in your exam. So please understand it and do a good practice of this type of question. And I am telling you in advance, you will get one question of this type in your next test, assignment number 10. Right? So please do it very well, understand it very well, and do in the assignment also. So what is the question? So dear children, observe x is this polynomial x square minus 3x plus 2, it is quadratic polynomial. This quadratic polynomial we can split the middle term, and after splitting the middle term we will get two factors. And this is a basic. Why we are getting two factors, do you know? I have already told you many times in the class, whatever is the highest power, same number of factors will be there. And if it is the equation, whatever is the highest power, same number of answers will come there. These are called zeros of the polynomial. These are called roots of the polynomial. Right? These are called solutions of the polynomial equations. Right? So because we have no is equal to sign, so it is a polynomial. So we got two factors. Why? Because the degree is 2. So after finding this, to get 0, I taught you the method. We will put the polynomial is equal to 0. So this is the polynomial. We will put it, this is equal to 0. If it is equal to 0, then x minus 1 will also be 0 and x minus 2 will also be 0. And this will give x is equal to 1 and this will give x is equal to 2. So we got two values of x. Why? The degree is 2. That is why two answers for x. So these two values of x, these are called zeros of the polynomial. So we got two zeros of the polynomial. Now observe, if we are finding the sum of these two zeros, so one zero was 1, second one was second zero was 2. So we are adding this, so we are getting sum of the zeros, and zeros are also known as roots of this equation. So in place of sum of zeros, we can say sum of the roots. So sum of the roots is equal to 1 plus 2, that is equal to 3. And this 3 we can write 3 upon 1. This 3 we can write 3 upon 1. And this 3 upon 1 we can write like this is equal to minus sign and then 3. So minus sign is, it is a formula, and coefficient of x is here 3 upon 1. 1 is the coefficient of x square. So we can write this sum of the zeros or sum of the roots is equal to 3, that we can write 3 upon 1, and this is equal to minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Right? Similarly, if you will multiply or find the product of the roots, we will get 1 into 2, that is 2. Through 2 we can write 2 upon 1, and this is also equal to, what is 2? 2 is called the constant term, upon coefficient of x square is 1. So 2 upon 1 we can say coefficient of constant term upon coefficient of x square. So based on this we can generalize a formula, and that we can use directly. Right? And formula is, if ax square plus bx plus c is a polynomial in terms of x, where a is not equal to 0. If a will be 0, this whole term will be 0, it will not be quadratic. So it is a quadratic polynomial. So here sum of the zeros is equal to alpha plus beta. Alpha is the first 0 and beta is second 0. So we are denoting by alpha and beta. So sum of the zeros or sum of the roots is equal to minus b upon a. We can say minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square. Then product of zeros is equal to alpha into beta, that is equal to c upon a. This is equal to constant term upon coefficient of x square. Right? So this we have we got the general formula to find the sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros, or to verify this relation. Right? So these are the main formulae. Note these in your notebooks. Now children, there is one more possibility in this case. In place of quadratic polynomial, we can have cubic polynomial. So we have to find out the relation between zeros and the coefficients of a cubic polynomial. So we are considering a cubic polynomial x cube minus 3x square minus 4x. So this is cubic polynomial. So we will find out the zeros of this polynomial and see whether there exists any relation between the zeros and its coefficient or not. So this is the polynomial x cube minus 3x square minus 4x. In all these three terms we are observing x is available. Here minimum power of x is 1, so we will take x common. We will get x square minus 3x minus 4. X is outside, and x square minus 3x minus 4, we can split the middle term and we will get two factors. So x into x minus 1 into x minus 3. So children, here we are getting three zeros, three factors, 1, 2, 3, and there is multiplication. Why three factors? Because highest power is 3. Now, to get zeros of the polynomial, I taught you the method, always put the polynomial is equal to 0. So we will put this whole quantity is equal to 0. So by this we will get x is equal to 0, x plus 1 is equal to 0, and x minus 4 is equal to 0. So we will get x is equal to 0 and x is equal to plus 4 and x is equal to minus 1. So we got x is equal to 0, x is equal to minus 1 and x is equal to 4. So these are the three zeros of the polynomial. So we got three zeros of the polynomial. Now to get the relation, we will find the sum of these. So 0 plus minus 1 and plus 4. This will be the sum of the zeros. So you see, sum of the zeros is equal to, first value we are saying alpha, second value we are saying beta, third value we are saying gamma. So alpha plus beta plus gamma. So 0 plus minus 1 plus 4 is equal to 3, and this we can write 3 upon 1. And this 3 upon 1, if you will see the polynomial here, minus coefficient of x square. Coefficient of x square is minus 3. So minus and minus 3, minus sign this and minus sign this will make it plus. So formula is minus coefficient of x square upon coefficient of x cube. Here it is 1. So this is the formula. Then we will find out sum of the product of zeros taken 2 at a time. So out of these three, we will take 2 at a time, alpha beta, then we will take beta gamma, then we will take gamma alpha. So alpha into beta plus beta into gamma plus gamma into alpha. So if you will simplify, you will get this is equal to minus 4. And this is equal to coefficient of x is minus 4 upon coefficient of x cube, that is 1. So we got minus 4 upon 1. So coefficient of x upon coefficient of x cube. Then product of all three zeros, alpha into beta into gamma, this will become 0. So and 0 is constant term, no constant term is here. So constant term upon coefficient of x cube. So based on this, we will get a formula. So children, you can see on this, on the result of that question, we got this formula for a cubic polynomial. If px is equal to x cube plus bx square plus cx plus d, where a is not equal to 0, then sum of the zeros alpha plus beta plus gamma is equal to minus b upon a, and this is the formula minus coefficient of x square upon coefficient of x cube. Then sum of the product of the zeros taken 2 at a time, alpha into beta plus beta into gamma plus gamma into alpha, will be equal to c upon a, that is equal to coefficient of x upon coefficient of x cube. And product of zeros will be alpha into beta into gamma is equal to minus d, that is constant term upon a is the coefficient of x cube. So we can write minus constant term upon coefficient of x cube. So this is for cubic polynomial. Normally the question is not coming, but you are requested to know about it. Then later on you may appear for any competition, or if they are giving, we can't say we have not done the study because it is given in your NCERT textbook. So this is our duty to learn. This also, if they are giving, we can't have any complaint for them. So we should learn and do at least one question based on this. So please do one question based on this topic. Now zeros of the polynomial by long division method. How will you find out this? So see this. For this, what is the method which we have to follow? So these are the following steps. First of all, to divide this, two things are required. One is dividend, second one is divisor, by which you will divide. So in that case, normally they are giving, sometimes they are giving the terms in ascending order, descending powers of x, sometimes they are not giving. So we will make a step here. Arrange the terms of the dividend as well as the terms of the divisor in descending order of their degrees. So according to the powers of x, first of all we will write the dividend in descending power of x, and similarly divisor in descending powers of x or variable, any variable, it may be in terms of t or m or x or y, whatever it is. Then step 2, then divide the first term of the dividend by the first term of the divisor and obtain the first term of the quotient, right? Third step is multiply all the terms of the divisor by the first term of the quotient, and then we will subtract the resultant from the dividend. After that, whatever we are getting consider the remainder as a new dividend and then proceed as before. So as we are doing, same way, whatever is the remainder, in that we will divide, and we will repeat this whole process continuously till we obtain the remainder either 0, remainder should be 0, or a polynomial whose degree is less than the divisor. So in the end, what we can get in this case, because we are dividing one polynomial by the other, so remainder may be 0, or the remainder should be of lesser degree than the divisor. Then only we will stop. Right? So this is the method. These are the steps which you should learn, and we will follow them. Now what is division algorithm? This is similar to your Euclid division algorithm. So the division algorithm states that for any polynomial px and a non-zero polynomial gx. So px and gx, these are the two polynomials, right? There exists a unique value of q and rx such that px is equal to gx into qx plus rx. So similar here, what is this px? Px is a dividend, is equal to gx is a divisor, qx is a quotient, and rx is a remainder, right? So here rx can be 0, that a remainder can be 0, this I already explained in the previous slide, and the degree of rx can be less than the value of the degree of the gx, that is the divisor, right? So remainder can be 0 at the time of division, or remainder can have the degree which is less than the degree of the divisor gx here. So now to understand this, to find the zeros by division method, you should understand this example carefully, right? Once you will understand, then you will be able to do the question of this type, and this will be of 3 marks, right? So please, to get 3 marks, you learn this and do a good practice of at least 3 or 4 questions. Do a good practice of at least 3 or 4 questions, right? So question is, find the zeros of 2x cube plus x square minus 5x plus 2, and if it is known that x minus 1 is one of the factors. So in this case, this is the dividend, this x minus 1 is the divisor, and we will divide this dividend by divisor. So in this case, we observe this, all are written according to the first step, all are written in decreasing power of x, and here this is also in decreasing power of x, and we will divide here like this. So this is dividend, this is divisor. Now you see what you want. Before x there is 1, and here before x cube there is 2. So we want 2. So to get 2, what we will do, before this x there is 1, so by which number we will multiply this 1 to get 2. So 1 we will multiply it by 2 to get this 2, so we will write 2 here. Now what we will see what is the power of x here. 3, here power is 1, so how many more power required? 2, so we will write 2x square here. So here we got the quotient 2x square, and by this 2x square we will multiply both the terms. So 2x square into x minus 2x square into 1, so we will get 2x cube minus 2x square. After this we will change the sign, and after changing sign, 2x cube cancel, here this will be positive. So positive 2x square and plus x square will become positive 3x square, then you will copy minus 5x. After that you will see it is plus 3x, so we want plus sign, so we will write plus here. Then before this it is 1, but we want 3, so we will multiply this 1 by 3, so we will write 3. Then we will see the power of x, it is 2, here power is 1, so one more power is required, so we will write 1x here. So we got 3x now quotient, by 3x we will multiply both, so 3x into x will be 3x square minus 3x into 1 will be 3x, so we will change the sign, subtract, so here we will get 0, and here this will be positive 3x, this is minus 5x, we will get minus 2x minus 2, plus 2. After this you will copy from here. After this you see you want minus sign, and here it is plus, so plus multiplied by minus, so we will write minus. Here you want 2x, so x is already there, so no need to write x here. So 2 into x minus 2x, minus 2 into minus 1 will be plus 2, and then we will change the sign. So this will be plus 2 and this will be minus 2, and after adding we are getting 0. So this is the remainder. So we got the quotient 2x square plus 3x minus 2 here, and the remainder we got 0. And then we can check the basic rule of the division. Dividend is equal to divisor into quotient plus remainder. So right, this is the dividend, the quotient is equal to, divisor is x minus 1 into quotient is 2x square plus 3x minus 2 plus remainder is 0 in this case. So we can generalize this rule for any general polynomial of degree n. Here degree is 3, there may be degree 4, there may be degree 5, etc. So in this case, to get zeros, what we will do here, to get the other zeros, we will split this middle term by middle term and put it equal to 0. So we will get x is equal to minus 1 from this, and from this, by splitting the middle term, we will get x is equal to minus 2 and 1 by 2. So we got 3 zeros, 1, minus 2 and 1 by 2, right? And we can generalize the formula, this algorithm for this. So I hope you understood. If you are not, then you understand it by this example. Another example of same kind. Question is, all the zeros of this, you have to find all the zeros of 2x to the power 4 minus 3x cube minus 3x square plus 6x minus 2, if it is known that two of the zeros are square root 2 and minus square root 2. So children, here what is the power? Highest power 4. So degree is 4, so we will get 4 zeros, but they have given 2 zeros. So we have to find out 2 more zeros, and to get 2 more zeros, we will take these zeros and we will put them equal to x. So x is equal to 2 and x is equal to minus 2. So then you will transfer, so this 2 will go to left side, so it will be x minus 1. When you will transfer to left side, it will be x plus 2. So we get the factor x minus 2 and x plus 2. And because these are the factors, if I will divide the polynomial by this, remainder will be 0. If I will divide this polynomial by this, still the remainder will be 0. And if we will multiply these two, then still, now we will get x square minus 2. Now, still if I will divide the polynomial by this, the remainder will be 0. So we can say x square minus 2 is a factor of the given polynomial. So now children, what we will do, we will divide this polynomial, given polynomial, by x square minus 2. So how you got x square minus 2, is it clear? You will put this is equal to x and x is equal to 2, x is equal to minus 2, and then you will transfer to left side. So x minus root 2 and x plus root 2. Multiply them. So x square minus 2. Now take this is dividend and this is the divisor and divide it here. You want number 2, here 1, so multiplied by 2, so we will write 2 here. Here we want power 4, here power 2, so power 2 will write here. So we got 2x square, by this you will multiply this, we got this and change the sign. After subtraction we will get, and here we should write same power term under same power term, so that like terms we can add or subtract. After writing this we will get this, and then we will copy the remaining things. After copying, here we are observing here minus 3, so we want minus sign, so we will write minus. Here it is 1, we want 3, so multiplied by 3. Here we want power 3, so here power 2, 1 more x, so we will get power 3, so minus 3x cube. And if you will multiply this by this, so minus 6x, so this we will write under x, so 6x. Now change the sign, so this cancel, you get plus 1x square and minus 2. Now you want 1x square is already there, so we want 1, so we will multiply, here we will write plus 1 and we will multiply it by 1. So 1x square minus 1 into 2, 2. Change the sign, so we will get 0. So here remainder is 0, so this shows that it is a factor of this. So in case of remainder 0, the divisor will always be a factor of the dividend. So after this, what we will do, we will factorize all these factors. So for this, factors are already there, x plus root 2 and x minus root 2, and this we will split the middle term, we will get two factors, 2x minus 1 and x minus 1. Put all the polynomials is equal to 0, so we will get x is equal to 2, x is equal to minus root 2, x is equal to 1 by 2 and x is equal to 1. So these are the 4 zeros of this polynomial which has the degree 4. So because the degree was 4, you will get 4 zeros of the polynomial, or 4 solutions, or 4 roots, or 4 zeros, right? So zeros of the polynomial, roots of the polynomial, these all are same, solutions of the polynomial are same. Now how to form quadratic polynomial? There are two cases for this. One is when the zeros of the polynomial are given. So if alpha and beta are the zeros of the quadratic polynomial px is equal to ax square plus bx plus c, where a is not equal to 0, then we know x minus alpha and x minus beta will be the factors of this given polynomial px. So based on this fact, we can write new polynomial is equal to ax square plus bx plus c is equal to k into x minus alpha into x minus beta, and k outside, and we will multiply these two brackets, so we will get x square minus alpha plus beta into x plus alpha beta, or k x square minus k alpha plus beta into x plus k into alpha into beta. So k is a constant, right? And based on this we can write the equation, we can put the value of alpha plus beta and alpha beta from this, and after putting this we will get this polynomial when the zeros of the polynomial are given separate. But second case is if the sum of the roots or sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros are given, that time how will you write the polynomial? So then the quadratic polynomial will be x square minus sx plus p. S is called the sum of the zeros, and p is called the product of the zeros. So this is the formula for writing a polynomial, and if you are writing is equal to 0, then this will be a quadratic equation, right? So then it can be equation also, it can be a polynomial. But in case of equation there will be 0 is equal to sign and 0, and in case of polynomial there will not be any is equal to and 0. So this is the method of writing the polynomial if sum of the zeros and the product of the zeros are given to you, right? So children, just the review what I taught you in polynomial. In the polynomial I taught you what are the zeros of the polynomial. Polynomial may be linear, and to find the zeros of the polynomial you can put this is equal to 0 and you will get the zeros of the polynomial. The next thing in polynomial I taught you is the relationship between the zeros and the coefficient of the polynomial. For this, the polynomial, if it is of degree 3, then we have developed this formula alpha plus beta. Sorry, if it is of degree 2, that is quadratic polynomial, then alpha plus beta is equal to minus b upon a, that is minus coefficient of x upon coefficient of x square, and product of the zero alpha into beta is equal to c upon a is equal to constant term upon coefficient of x square. Similarly, we have learned how to divide, what is division algorithm, this I taught you. After that I taught you in the previous slide, this video, that what is the degree of the polynomial and what are the types of polynomial based on the number of terms and based on the degree. So this is a review of the whole chapter. So till now I have completed the whole chapter. You all are requested to note the important points, and then you all are requested to complete all the exercises of this chapter. So please be expert in this chapter and get full marks in this chapter. I hope you will understand this, you understood this, and you will do very good practice and you will try to get good marks, because already this is a problem of this schools are closed, lockdown problem. So please cooperate, right? So God bless you, and don't go out, enjoy the day and do the work, right? And please be disciplined in your life. Thank you. Bye bye.